I used to start every morning by checking my phone before even opening my eyes. Notifications, emails, social media posts, my screen greeted me before sunlight did. I told myself it was just a habit, but deep down, I knew it was more like an addiction. My world had become digital noise, and I had forgotten what silence felt like. One day, my English teacher announced a new storytelling assignment: write about an experience that changed how you see the world. I didn't have to think long. I decided to write about something I hadn't done yet but desperately needed: to a digital detox. I didn't know what that really meant at the time, but I was about to find out. That weekend, I turned off my phone completely. No calls, no texts, no internet. Just me, the world, and my restless thoughts. At first, it felt like withdrawal. My fingers kept reaching for a device that wasn't there. My mind kept wondering what I was missing: online new messages, trending videos, or updates from friends. But then, after a few hours, something strange happened. The silence stopped feeling empty. It started to feel peaceful. I took a walk in the park near my apartment, something I hadn't done in months. The air smelled fresh. The sound of birds seemed louder than usual, and the sky looked bluer than I remembered. I realized that beauty had always been there, had just been too distracted to notice it. Later that day, I opened my English journal and started writing. Without distractions, my thoughts flowed easily. I described how technology had quietly taken over my attention, how I had measured my life in likes and comments instead of moments and memories. I wrote, "The digital world connects us, but it also consumes us. It gives us voices, but takes away our silence." For the first time, writing in English didn't feel like homework. It felt like healing. As I wrote, I remembered something my teacher once said: "Language is reflection. The more you think deeply, the more beautifully you express yourself." It was true. I wasn't just learning English grammar or vocabulary, was learning to express what mattered. The next morning, I continued my experiment. No phone, no computer, no music. I just made breakfast slowly, paying attention to every sound: the sizzle of the pan, the rhythm of the spoon, the calm of my breathing. Without screens, everything around me seemed to have a voice. The world spoke softly, but sincerely. By afternoon, I went to the local library, a place I hadn't visited in years. I picked up a book about mindfulness and read a line that stayed with me. "Disconnection is not losing touch, it's rediscovering what you've lost." Those words hit me hard. I realized that a digital detox wasn't about rejecting technology, was about restoring balance. That evening, I met my friend Lisa for tea. When I told her what I was doing, she laughed. "You, without your phone? That's impossible." "Not impossible," I smiled. "Just uncomfortable." We spent 2 hours talking, really talking, without checking our screens once. Our conversation flowed like it used to in high school: honest, funny, alive. When I got home, I felt a warmth I hadn't felt in a long time connection, not through Wi-Fi, but through words and presence. I realized something profound. Digital detox is not about losing contact with others, it's about regaining contact with yourself. A week later, I turned my phone back on. Hundreds of notifications flooded in, but for once, I didn't feel the urge to respond immediately. I had changed. I began using technology intentionally, not instinctively. I set limits, turned off unnecessary alerts, and chose certain hours each day to go offline. Most importantly, I created what I called my golden hour, 1 hour every evening with no screens, just reflection, prayer, or writing. During that hour, I'd often write short English paragraphs about what I observed during the day. My writing became more vivid, my thoughts clearer. I began to feel my words again. When it came time to present my English assignment, I stood before the class and shared my story. I used to think I couldn't live without technology, I said, but then I discovered that silence has its own voice, and that voice speaks wisdom. My teacher smiled and replied, "That's the art of digital detox. You don't escape the world, you reconnect with it." Her words stayed with me. Now, every time I look at my phone, I remember that weekend. I remind myself that the real world is not inside a screen, it's in the people we meet, the nature we see, and the quiet moments that give meaning to our lives. Digital detox didn't just refresh my mind, it improved my English too. Because when you slow down, you start noticing words differently. You start feeling the emotions behind them. You speak and write not to impress, but to express. Months later, I shared my experience online in a blog post titled "The Art of Digital Detox." Ironically, it became one of the most liked articles I ever wrote. People from all over the world commented about how they too wanted to take a break from the digital rush. That's when I realized something powerful. Even though I had disconnected to find silence, my story helped others reconnect with themselves. And that's the true purpose of communication, to create understanding, even through silence.